Hello, welcome to Coffee and Sunrise. I'm Jen, who's always ready to support and inspire you in your journey. Ready for a kwentuhan session? Because definitely I am. So grab your coffee or whatever beverage you want to have right now, and let's jump right into it. A few days ago, I was decluttering some stuff in my room when I saw this quote written for months in my whiteboard as my inspiration when I was still preparing for my podcast launch during the last week of July. I was too caught up with other priorities that I forgot to remind myself why I started this passion project in the first place. Now that I'm almost a month after the launch, it's amazing to realize how my passion project continuously help others. This quote helped me manage my relapses better, and I hope it still does as I pursue my podcasting journey in the long run. I thought that my podcast preparation period will be the hardest, but it didn't stop there. After the launch, I struggled with consistency. With what? Giving the same quality content that people would love to hear, giving the same energy to make people feel how passionate I am for what I'm doing, and just being a good podcast host in a way that I communicate my stories and ideas well. Overthinking about this certain thing over and over again lets my mind generate a lot of doubts, ending up as relapses that questions our capability, and we end up losing passion and interest in it slowly. And what makes our doubts stronger? To think that we see no visible results as to how I'm giving an impact towards my listeners. This podcast made me question my capability and my character. I always have this doubt that I don't qualify in what I do, that there are people who can pull this off better than me, and that there are podcast channels that can pull off the same niche as mine. Why should I still pursue it? I had relapses that totally changed my perspective on pursuing this passion project. I knew I needed help, like motivation from others because this project is not for me, but for my listeners. So I did. The next morning, I was overwhelmed with positive responses from my friends, and there's this one girl that I don't usually talk to who's very amazing and heartwarming that she told me how my podcast changed her, on how she was able to improve herself with the ideas I was sharing. She felt better that she knew that she's not alone in that journey. That simple but impactful response motivated me to do more and to do better. And in that moment, I learned to instill in my heart that someone out there feels better because my passion project exists. Another story that I can tell you, there was this friend of mine that I'm very comfortable with. We were goofy together, share stories and rants about problems. We almost have the same experience with our families. Whenever I'm in my breaking point, I don't hesitate to come up to my friend and never fails to cheer me up and enlighten me with my situation. Same with my friend when experiencing ups and downs, I'm always there to lighten up the mood. Those simple actions we do to each other made us feel better and compete. That friend of mine made me always feel that I'm never alone, that someone out there opens arms for you. I do the same thing to my friend, and I hope that the feelings are mutual. Sometimes all it takes is to show kindness and sincerity to others. And we never know how much the kindness we show to them help them to change their perspective in life. Also being influenced to be kind because they know how much kindness can bring happiness and peace to one's life. In that moment, I learned to instill in my heart that I feel better because my friend exists. Someone out there feels better because you exist. Your business exists. Your podcast channel exists. Your blog exists. Your organization exists. Your self improvement service exists. Your songs exist. Your YouTube videos exist. But most importantly, someone out there feels better because you alone exist, nothing more. Don't be discouraged by the fact that we may not receive as many praises and positive feedback as how we should receive often. You never know how much you positively give an impact to others. We may not visibly see it all the time, but it's there. That positive response and feedback for you exists somewhere. And that praise, feedback, is enough for you to continue what you're working at. Most of all, your kindness to others is what the world currently needs, amidst the cruelty we experience on a daily basis. It costs nothing to be kind. It costs nothing to be passionate. It costs nothing to have the mindset that whatever we do gives an impact to others. Continue to show kindness, be a friend to others, pursue your passion project, motivate others, give your service, and just merely exist. Always remember, someone out there feels better because you exist. And that is it for today's Kwentuhan session. I hope you loved this topic as much as I did. Don't forget to subscribe to my Spotify and YouTube channel and follow my Instagram account at gendedride underscore for main podcast updates. This is Jen, reminding you that life is better with coffee and sunrise, and I'll see you in my next podcast.